Unyielding, death over a life of servitude. In the dark corridors of history, where the shadows of oppression loom large and the weight of servitude crushes the spirit, there emerges a fierce declaration: I would rather die than live as a slave. This is not a mere slogan. It is a battle cry, a vivid proclamation that life, in all its raw and unruly beauty, demands freedom above all else. Imagine a world where every day is a struggle against chains both visible and invisible, where the air you breathe is tainted with the dust of subjugation. In such a place, the very act of living becomes a slow, suffocating torment. It is here that the audacious, unyielding spirit of those who choose liberation over submission is born. To live as a slave is to surrender one's identity, to allow the oppressive forces of tyranny to carve out the essence of who you are until nothing remains but a hollow shell, a life dictated by fear, silence, and endless compliance. This state of being is not simply an absence of physical chains. It is a mental and emotional imprisonment. Consider the revolutions that have rocked empires and the rebellions that have risen from the ashes of despair. Take, for example, the defiant cry of Patrick Henry, "Give me liberty, or give me death." A moment when the very idea of subjugation was met with the promise of a fierce, if fatal, stand for freedom. It wasn't just rhetoric. It was a call to arms that resonated with those who understood that a life stripped of choice is a life unworthy of living. In every corner of the globe, history is punctuated by stories of individuals who, facing the grim specter of enslavement, chose the ultimate sacrifice. Picture a warrior, battered by the relentless tide of an oppressive regime, whose eyes burn with the fire of determination. This fighter, standing amid the rubble of a once proud civilization, embodies a mindset so profound that every heartbeat echoes the conviction that to submit is to forfeit one's soul. It is a mindset that whispers to the heart: to live without freedom is to exist in a state of perpetual death, a slow, inevitable decay of the self. This is the electrifying, unyielding courage that transforms ordinary mortals into legends. In the bloodied pages of history, we see figures like Spartacus, whose rebellion against Roman slavery was not simply an act of defiance, but a declaration that true dignity lies in the struggle for autonomy. It is the tenacity of a man who, even when faced with insurmountable odds, chose to risk everything rather than be enslaved. His story is not merely about resistance. It is about reclaiming the right to breathe, to think, to love, and to dream without the crushing burden of domination. Modern examples, too, mirror this eternal truth. Consider the activists and revolutionaries who challenge modern systems of control, those who stand up against economic or political systems that treat human beings as mere cogs in an unfeeling machine. These individuals, through their persistent and fearless actions, remind us that the spirit of rebellion is as necessary today as it was in the days of ancient revolts. They choose the hard road of resistance, often at great personal cost, because they know that a life lived under the yoke of control, where every choice is preordained and every desire suppressed, is a fate worse than death. In the final analysis, to rather die than live as a slave is to embrace the sublime truth of human existence, that freedom, in its purest form, is the wellspring of life itself. It is a mindset that refuses to be tamed, a state of being that sees every constraint as an assault on the very essence of what it means to be alive. It is audacious, fearless, and relentlessly persistent, a testament to the unbreakable will of those who understand that the ultimate act of rebellion is to choose death over a life devoid of choice. As we stand at the crossroads of oppression and liberation, let us remember that the desire to live freely is not a luxury. It is an inherent right. The electrifying energy of this mindset is not just a relic of past revolutions, but a living, breathing force that challenges us to reclaim our autonomy. In every struggle, in every act of defiance, we witness the indomitable spirit of those who would rather embrace the fiery unknown of death than surrender their souls to the darkness of slavery. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.